Hello folks, Reverend Crystal Cox here, and we're going to read today The Magic of Psychotronic Power. We're on number 4 here. In case you didn't know, there's 3 more parts. Now this is my YouTube. If you want to hear my stuff that's a little more racy, you know, like freedom of speech, whatnot, then head on over to Reverend Crystal Cox Rumble. Got some other stuff on Rumble, but I'm not allowed to speak about it. All right, let's clear the air. I raise the frequency of this room. I raise the frequency of the room that you are in. I call in benevolent beings, the highest energy. It is my intention that these words and the vibration of these words go out to all who hear my voice, but also feel my vibration. Through the internet, through the ether, through the power of thought, love, light, raise the vibration. The intention of these flames is to raise the vibration of the room you're in, of your body, to heal you, to bring to you everything that you've ever wanted, that is of your highest and best good. All right, part 4, the magic of psychotronic power. Alrighty then. So, okay. Hook up with the cosmic psychotronic generator for unlimited power over others. Now again, I'm going to start right out saying that this is not about controlling other people. It's not about forcing other people against their will. It's an energy vibration. It's a thought. Okay? They have free will. Plus, we're also a New Earth energy. You cannot harm someone else, okay? We can send negative energy to someone all day, but it's not going to bring their vibration down. It's only going to bring us down. That's the New Earth energy. However, when you send loving thoughts and healing high vibration, it does affect. Okay, so when it talks about power over others, and keep in mind this book was written decades ago, but this energy is your innate natural gift. Okay? When you're conjuring up what you want in your life, you're manifesting. Okay? Power of thoughts creating. This is all part of energizing your terrestrial field and using the power of your creator God, your power of living God power to create the reality that you prefer, and doing so consciously. All right, hook up with the cosmic psychotronic generator for unlimited powers over others. In this chapter, you learn to amplify your psychotronic energy many-fold for unlimited power. You are able to sway a person to your way of thinking without saying a word. You can melt clouds. Now the world becomes yours. You have it in the palm of your hands as you set goals, give them priority, and reach them one by one. You have a psychotronic energy. It is your life energy, the energy of your consciousness and aliveness. As you dull your consciousness or detract from your aliveness, your psychotronic energy diminishes. Laboratory photographs of this energy show that sick people have dimmer auras, and their energy does not radiate out as far from their body as it does when they are healthy. Both physical illness and mental illness affect the radiated aura. Its color changes, its intensity changes. When a spiritual healer uses the laying on of hands to help another person, Kirlian photography shows that that healer's hands lose some of their psychotronic energy, which the person he helped gains in psychotronic energy. That's interesting. That's kind of like old energy, because it used to be we wore crystals, we did different things, shook our hands to get other people's energy off of us when we did energy healing. But now we don't have to do that. It clears automatically. So I call in energy. I'm teaching myself to raise my frequency, raise my frequency, raise my frequency. And then I give. So I bring in energy, I give energy. I bring in energy, I give energy constantly. Okay? So I'm not depleting myself by helping you. All right? Okay. We need to keep our body well fed with alive foods. This means natural foods not depleted of their minerals and vitamins. High energy foods. And you can also do intention over the food. You can wave your hand as your magic wand and raise the vibration of the food before you ingest it. Okay? You can also use a pendulum to do that. Okay? Okay, so we need to keep our bodies clean and well rested. We need to keep our energy field clean, be body movement and rest. We need to keep it as free as possible of things that bring it down. And it talks about, things I'm not going to name. I'm not going to tell you what brings your energy field down. Okay, you know what brings your energy field down. My belief is that whatever you believe brings your energy field down does. When you do anything, take any pill, smoke anything, eat anything, you do it with the intention and high vibration, and then that's what you put into your body. If you partake of something with the idea that your guilt and shame is kicking in, you shouldn't be doing it, then that's what you're ingesting into your body. Okay, I don't know if I need these glasses or not. So, okay, we need to keep in mind we keep our mind free of negative thoughts and attitudes that act the same way as pollutants do in our body. We need to resolve differences rather than to permit them to fester as resentment or hostility. We need to observe our own reactions and avoid deceit and dishonesty. With a solid foundation of a healthy body and mind, our psychotronic energy is generated in powerful amounts, powerful enough to see through any common situation, emerging victorious and successful. It is as if we had a psychotronic generator that works best when we keep all parts in repair, clean and well lubricated. But just as we have a mind that occasionally seems to exhibit characteristics of being part of something bigger, like a universal mind or infinite intelligence, so our own private psychotronic generator seems to be connected to something bigger than it is. Let's call this bigger source of power a cosmic psychotronic generator, for that indeed is the way it behaves. Why hooking up your psychotronic generator to the cosmic psychotronic generator creates unlimited power. So your toroidal field, your aura, your energy field being charged and hooking up with the energy field of the universe and bringing things to you in alignment that of your highest and best good, your preference, your joy, your healthiest you. Okay, as scientists begin to understand consciousness, they see it as the creative force in the universe, as well as the destructive force in the universe. As they delve into its energetic characteristics, they begin to see it as creating laws of the universe, as well as obeying these laws. It is as if whatever is behind the creation of the universe is still at work, partially through man's mind. Some years ago, in accepting a Nobel Prize for discovering a subatomic particle, a physicist publicly commented, "I wonder if that particle was there before I started looking at it." Man is certainly aware of the fact that he is creating his part of the universe. Whatever he is not aware of is that his mind is related to the creative force behind the universe itself. You are creating it. You are projecting this holographic reality. Strange things happen when he does become aware of this relationship. He begins to display God-like abilities, which we all have. We are all gods. We are all creator gods. He is able to affect matter going forward and backwards in time and span any distance through thought, and control people. And one of those people you learn to control is yourself, your own thoughts, your own anxieties, your own emotions. Most religions separate man. As a creator from the universal creator, man is not God. When Sai Baba told the young man, "Yes, I am God, and so are you. The only difference is, I know it." Do you know that you're a God? Say it right now. I am God. I am God. He was really saying that he was within God and God was within him. He was not trying to give the impression that he was God that come to visit Earth. He was saying, this is surmising, you are God. What I can do, you can do. If you were to become aware of your full capability. So in order to use your spiritual gifts, the power in your terrestrial field, your own technology, you first have to become aware of it. Huge example, the other day I was talking to someone and I was thinking kind of about the energy in my hands and how it feels when you go like this. I wasn't feeling anything. And then I stopped talking. I breathed in deep, and then I did it. Then I put my hands together, and then I did that same moment, and I felt it. The act of the awareness in my hand changed the energy field, changed what I felt and what I was projecting. Okay. Most religions separate man as a creator from the universal creator. Man is not God, they say. When Sai Baba, I already read that. Hooking up is acquiring this awareness. So you're linking up to your preferred outcome. If you are now feeling comfortable with the last page or two, you're getting hooked up. On the other hand, if previous concepts taught at home, religion, school, or college are interfering with an unlimited concept of yourself, you need to study some of the work science is doing in the field of consciousness. Science is discovering man's godlike abilities. It is working with these abilities in the laboratory. It is finding that when man does two things with his mind, some fantastic changes take place. Those two things are relax the body and quiet the thoughts. Be aware that you are a part of everything, that you are a part of the universe. Some will recognize these two steps as the fundamentals of meditation, but don't get hung up on words. God, meditation, religion, prayer, science is creating new words for what has until now been in the domain of religion. This stuff's always been, even before religion named it. This is your innate gift. Trespass, never the two shall meet. That's what I meant when I said man separates himself from God. The choice is really a personal one. You can see the God in yourself or not. Florence did. She was a common law wife at the age of 17. Yikes. Twice a mother by 19. Yikes. Remembering this book is quite old. At 20, she left her two boys with their own mother in Connecticut and roamed the country. On the West Coast, years later, she was a drifter, selling door to door occasionally to make money and acquiring a temporary husband and two more permanent children. There's a way they word stuff, right? Back in the day. She happened to meet another young woman who got her interested in yoga, meditation, astrology, and psychic functioning. She was introduced to my classes in awareness expansion. Within 2 years, she was happily married, a successful yoga teacher, commercial artist, and dance instructor, appearing on television and manifesting in her life everything she ever wanted, including a renewed relationship with her now teenaged Connecticut sons, the ones that she'd apparently abandoned, left. It's your definition of success. So it's not necessarily, oh, got a good job, you wrote this, you wrote that, you painted this or that. It's what your definition of success is, with starting with peace of mind and contentment. Florence is aware of what she was doing. She is aware that she has the ability to create her own life. She decides, pictures, realizes. The people she comes into contact with now see her quite differently than those she knew in drifter days. She is respected, sought after for advice, and surrounded by friends. Call it what you will, but when you relax and turn your awareness to the universe of which you are part, you get hooked up to your godlike powers, your innate gifts. How to get hooked up in 2 minutes. Your psychotronic generator is naturally hooked up with the cosmic psychotronic generator. We have the freedom to unhook ourselves, and most of us have taken that route. Our stomach needs to be fed. Our body needs to be sheltered. Blah, blah, blah. There is a woman who took that path of me first. As middle age approached, she realized life was passing her by, and even though she had a family and all the comfort she needed, something was missing. She decided to give up everything that separated her from all people, including her own name and identity. She gave away all of her possessions, called herself Peace Pilgrim, and decided to dedicate herself to the unity of all of mankind. Today she has walked many tens of thousands of miles, dressed in her tunic, and carrying only a toothbrush and a comb, never any money. Wherever she goes, she brings joy and happiness. She was arrested for vagrancy in Washington, D.C., and put in jail. When they came to get her in the morning, she had all the prisoners singing, and they did not want her to leave. She is today a happy person, never wanting for food or friends or comfort, never needing a comfortable place to sleep. Wherever she roams, it simply is presented to her. This is not to say that you have to give up your life, start a new one in order to get hooked up. But you do have to give up part of it. 2 minutes. Are you willing to trade that 2 minutes for what scientists are finding it produces? Extra energy all day. Relief from anxiety, worry, and depression. More outgoing and attractive personality. Better perception, peace of mind. Lower your blood pressure. Less desire for stimulants or tranquilizers. Fewer, if any, headaches. Reduction of overeating. What scientists are not quite ready to put into words yet are the less measurable but more dramatic changes that place in control over other people, control over wealth, control over health, control over life destiny. The price? 2 minutes. Are you ready to pay it? Then are you ready to begin? Well, then let's get after it. Action plan to hook up your psychotronic generator to the cosmic psychotronic generator. Close your eyes and turn them slightly upward. Create a room in your imagination. Walls, floor, ceiling, windows. Paint this room any color you wish. Decorate it. Carpet, furnishings, pleasant smells, perfect air, perfect temperature. Feel it all. Install a large skylight in this room. Place a chair under the skylight. The chair you will use every time you visit this room. It is bathed in the light of the sky. Sit in this chair mentally now. Feel the light on you as a golden glow. Understand this universal light to be like a handshake within your own light within. Stay this way for about a minute, feeling love for the universe, aware of its vastness and intelligence, and of it being part of your very being. Resolve to enjoy this minute again soon. Open your eyes. Many techniques are being used today to teach people to take that step forward in consciousness, which science has taken a new interest in. The technique of creating a special room in the consciousness may one day be replaced with some other more effective way. But meanwhile, this way works. It works wonders, and it has been used by inner peace movement, silver mind control, mind dynamics, and other training systems. What matters more than technique is intention. Your intention, your focus is your magic wand. It's your generator for the reality that you want to be living. Define your intentions and you flip the switch. Arthur Young, inventor of the world's first commercial and licensed helicopter, has long been interested in the scientific study of consciousness as a basic ingredient of the universe. He has looked into various devices that psychics use, including the black box, mentioned in the previous chapter. He concluded that such devices were merely assisting the consciousness to tune in or concentrate. Intention, states Young, is the key. Desiring to diagnose a disease permits the mind to tune in to a patient's condition. The devices are just a catalyst for the mental process. Jose Silva, founder of the Silva method, agrees. He says desire to know the answer to a problem, creating a resonance with that problem, and everything connected with it. Your intention, right at this very moment, is already attuning your mind. But what good is a radio set all tuned into a station if it's not plugged in or turned on? Go back to the room you just created. Get plugged in and turned on so your psychotronic generator, reinforced by the cosmic psychic generator, can begin to work for you. Sit under the skylight in your own imagination whenever you go to your special room. Oliver Wendell Holmes once defined inspired thinking as belonging not to the one-story intellects or two-story intellects, but to the three-story intellects with skylights. One-story intellects, he said, are merely fact collectors. Is that all you want to be? Two-story intellects, he said, use the facts collected by fact collectors and add their own reason and logic. This is better, but you can be so much more. You can be a three-story man with a skylight. These men, he said, imagine, idealize, and predict. They are illuminated men, he said, enlightened by the sky. Using intent to close the power circuits. The process of getting plugged into psychotronic energy on a cosmic level and turning it on to do your bidding is the easiest process ever devised. No elaborate procedures, no three-step method, no complicated directions to follow. It just takes intent. What this means is that by wishing it to happen, it will happen. This is the lesson behind all the legends and fairy tales that have survived through the centuries. The reason they have survived is that people have subliminal acceptance of them. Mind knows what mind is and what mind can do. This knowing may not be conscious, but it is nevertheless there. You are now facing a critical minute in your life. If you are ready to assume more control over your life, your success, your health, your influence over others, you need to affirm to yourself that this is indeed your intent. Make this affirmation your special room. Action plan to energize psychotronic power through intent. Go to your special room. And obviously that can be anything. Years ago I created a tree house. I ascend the stairs and I go in. I leave all of my unwanted energy in this chest outside of it. And then I go in and created these screens to scan for, people's body for healing. And I also have this cabin, I have this walkway in this little cabin on a creek. And I go down there and then I go in and then it's my intent, the work that I do there. So your special room can be anywhere, anything. Okay. Review the furnishings, the color scheme, and other aspects. Sit in your special chair, again feeling the warmth, embrace of the universal light. State mentally your intent to take more control of your life. Request assistance from the light that surrounds you. End your action by knowing it is done, that you are now in full control of your life. Open your eyes. If you were connected to an encephalograph that measures brainwave patterns, you would now find a change in your brain emissions. After the above action, your brain becomes more resonant with factors that are important for your survival and your success. And again, success is defined by what definition you put on success. These changes are very subtle, but experts can read them on the charts produced by this electronic biofeedback systems. Brainwave measurement can now be made at a distance. My alma mater, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, is doing most advanced work in this field, but scientists from many universities are working on it too. Computers are being used to relate certain brainwave patterns to certain thoughts. In effect, this equipment will be able to read a person's thought a block away. The Pentagon has been reported to be backing the project financially. Yeah. If you don't control your mind and thoughts, they will. They project thoughts into your mind and you think they're yours. Then you got the guilt, and then you got the shame, and then you got all the other programs. What are you talking like that for? Because it's fun. Okay. One of its agencies, the Advanced Research Project Agency, or ARPA, is reported to be handling the project, which could be used in diplomatic matters and for defense. Yeah, and to control people. Okay, stop. This raises some awareness of possibilities. This raises awesome possibilities of Big Brother monitoring our thoughts. All the more reason for you to become skilled at the use of psychotronic power to protect yourself, enhancing your control over others and control over your own thoughts and your own destiny. How to stop jamming your own psychotronic signals. Would you like to be able to have a person come to you by merely beckoning with your finger? That person could be looking the other way or even miles away, yet your psychotronic power will cause that inevitable result. The person will come. All these years you have not known this was possible. In fact, you have known it was impossible. This knowing must be altered. It acts as a static to jam your mental attunement to your purpose. The mind is the source of psychotronic power. All beliefs, expectations, and desires are like dials of the mind. A radio cannot be tuned to a station if every dial is not in its proper position. The same is true of your mind. Every dial must be in its proper place. If you inject double anxiety, if you inject doubt or anxiety or fear, it will not work. You are tuned into it. It's not working. So that goes along with focusing on what you want to happen in your life and not what you don't. So instead of focusing on the bills and all the obstacles you have, focus on what you want to bring into your life. Okay? I'm going to say that sentence again. It didn't flow really well. If you inject doubt or anxiety or fear, it will not work. You are tuned into it's not working. Okay, I get that, right? You're tuned into that they won't work. And so you have to change that intention of yourself. And that's what we talk about when we talk about your unconscious beliefs becoming conscious. Okay, then you're creating your reality consciously. And we identify each emotion and the belief attached. Okay, we have nothing to fear except fear itself, said Franklin Roosevelt in the early 30s. He was talking about the fear of not having money or job in the Depression. But fear attracts exactly what you do not want to happen. Doubt attracts doubtful results. Expectation and belief attracts what you expect and what you believe. So if you doubt, then you are not tuned in. Your doubt, ineffectively, is jamming your own psychotronic signals. To build certainty in place of doubt, you must see your psychotronic signals being felt by another person. This means you must start with easy things at first and then move into the harder ones. Easy projects are getting someone to come around to your way of thinking overnight, getting a child to stop wetting his bed, And obviously it can be anything. Getting a kind word from somebody who never said one to you before. Harder projects are getting somebody to bring you a gift, getting somebody to move from here to there, getting somebody to offer their help to you. And that's why it's very important that you stay in control of your own mind, okay? So that you're not affected by what other people want of you. You know what you want, you know what you prefer, you put it out there. And if the people that can't bring that or not that, they won't be attracted into your life, okay? But somebody else will match that vibration. We will cover the easy projects in this chapter. The harder types of control over others will be made easy in forthcoming chapters. Start with these simple exercises. Look at a person standing in front of you in an elevator or waiting in line at a bank or theater. Stare at the back of the neck just under the hairline. The person will do something to prove to you that your stare energy was felt. He or she might move uncomfortably or scratch their neck or turn around and look at you. Number 2, stare at your dog, cat, pet bird, or somebody else's pet. Watch a dog's tail stop wagging and even droop, indicating fear. Watch the cat slink away. Watch for some nervous reaction in a bird. You know, the dog's fear is interesting. So the dog will sense what's going on in you. So if you doubt, if you're looking and you're like, I doubt I can't affect it. But if you're looking at the dog, you know, with love and these high vibrations, then the dog might just, you know, just get up and start wagging his tail. So it's basically practicing with your stare. You know, you can practice with water, practice moving objects, practice, you know, affecting people and things and events with your stare. You can bring up different events and things you want to happen and the people involved in your imagination and stare at them through your imagination eye too. Okay, number 3, when you are with a group of people, have them play this Esp game. Somebody volunteers to leave the room. The rest agree on some object that the person who left must guess. As soon as the decision is made, you call the person back in. You hold the person's hand without actually looking in its direction. You and the others visualize the object while the person moves forward ahead of you toward where he feels pulled. Chances are he will move right to the object. When you begin to get confirmation through one or more of these exercises, your belief and expectations will be functioning properly. You tell yourself what you believe. When you stare at an animal or something, wag his tail, or you stare at someone and then they go like this, you become aware of your power and then you can use it for other things. You know, I do this all the time in my energy healing work. We don't often do it for ourselves and to improve our lives. We might have self-esteem issues. We might be self-sabotaging, you know, and in that, when we identify that, that also clears. Okay, you are now ready to exercise control over other people in moderate ways. And again, this is with integrity. How to get others to see things your way. Kay had a country farm with tenant farmers. A neighboring farmer and his wife were constantly making trouble for them. 3 young men. One day a horse was found dead. The cause was not apparent. A week later a cow was found the same, again with no obvious cause. When a third animal was found 2 weeks later, Kay suspected the neighbor was poisoning her animals. There was no way to prove it, but there was something she could do. She drew a rough sketch of a man and a woman. She put eyeglasses on the man she thought looked like the neighbor farmer that he wore. She wrote his name under the sketch. She did the same for the wife, his wife. Holding the sketches in her hand, she relaxed in a chair, closed her eyes, and made believe she was speaking to her neighbors. If you are doing this, you are killing animals needlessly. I have never done you harm. Why should you do me harm? Do you know I can send hate energy to your crop and hurt its growth? But I would not do this. We need to live together in harmony and understanding. Your own hate is hurting you and your crops. How about it? Let's change from hate to harmony. Now, obviously, you can do any sentence you want. Keeping in mind the way they word things in this book are a little bit archaic, but you get the point. Occasionally, she would open her eyes and point at the sketch of the neighbor to emphasize the point. She did this 3 or 4 times in as many days. The killing stopped. A few weeks later, the neighbor's farmer lent her tenant one of his farm machines to help out with a project they're working on. Here is the action plan for you to sway another person to see things your way. Action plan to sway a person to your side. Obtain a picture of that person or an article belonging to that person. If not obtainable, draw a simple sketch of the person and label it with the name of the person, their age, anything identifiable about them you want to. We will call this the connection. Sit in a chair with the connection in your hand, close your eyes, relax, and go to your special room by imagining you are there. Looking slightly upward, picture that person in your mind. Present your case mentally to that person as if you were talking to a judge. We're talking to that person, but giving them all of the facts, all of the information you have. Make your presentation logical, reasonable, convincing, but in thoughts, not in words. Appeal to that person's own selfish interest, showing how switching to your way would benefit them and would help that interest they have for themselves. Use the connection from moment to moment by holding it up slightly above the horizontal, opening your eyes, looking at it steadily as if it were the person, and pointing at it with your fingers as if for emphasis. End your psychotronic conversation with thoughts of friendship, understanding, and a loving rapport. There is no voodoo or black magic in this action plan. It is working with the psychotronic energy instead of sound energy. Well, sound energy would definitely enhance that. Humming, toning, tuning forks. Okay. Sound energy is heard with the ears. Psychotronic energy is heard with the consciousness. Since psychotronic energy is energy of consciousness, you need to use your consciousness, not your mouth, to communicate. It is often much more effective. And that's mostly the communication that we do all the time, right? In our thoughts, in our self-talk to ourselves, in our anxiety. Every time you have anxiety, stress, depression, it came from a thought. Take a deep breath, put your hands together, get in your body, and the thoughts start to clear. Okay, raising your torridial field. All right, resonate every cell of your body to work your will. Every cell in your body has consciousness. That consciousness is being affected moment to moment by your consciousness. Each cell has its own goal to do its job, be it hair cell or a facial cell or liver or anything. Each cell will do its job perfectly if it were not for the less than perfect aspects of our own consciousness. Because we create a climate of fear, tension, anxiety, or resentment, our hair cells are not healthy, and the hair may fall out, or our facial complexion may be marred, or our liver may not be functioning at its best. In the next chapter, we will learn to improve the climate for perfect health with psychotronic power. Meanwhile, however, in order to permit your psychotronic power to work at its maximum, at whatever level of health you are now, you need to contact the cells of your body and enlist their support. At a recent ski competition, Jean-Claude, a winner of 3 Olympic gold medals, was unable to practice before the competition as he was recovering from an injury. Instead, he relaxed in his room and practiced mentally. He made believe he was skiing down the slope, making every turn perfectly. It turned out to be one of the best races ever. When I was in high school, I got a book about volleyball, and it had said that. And so I would visualize it. And when I played softball, I would picture myself hitting the ball, just knocking it out of the park. And I did almost every time. And with volleyball, I'd picture myself jumping up, and then I'd picture it, and it really went a long ways to that actually happening or me bringing that about. Okay, Richard, a psychologist who worked with American Olympic athletes, guided them in deep relaxation and high quality imagery in order for them to feel their muscles in action. An electromyograph shows muscles reacting as a relaxed skier imagines hitting the jumps in the downhill race. See, I do that with building muscles, or if I didn't walk enough that day and energy stuck in my legs or whatever, I just visualize it moving out. Unconsciously, you talk to your body, your cells constantly. A lack of confidence is communicated to them. Tension, fear is also communicated. Have you felt a chill when you are afraid? Or perhaps a crawling feeling on your skin, up and down your neck, or feeling that your hair is rising on your head? 1,000,000 years ago, when man was frightened by a possible enemy, he made himself look bigger by having his hair rise. Woo! Guess I have to grow some more hair. It often helped him to survive, and so it was passed on from generation to generation in survival of the fittest manner, and still remains today as a vessel of caveman days. Okay. You can communicate beneficially to your body, your cells, just as easily as you can communicate harmfully. Your mind can be absorbed in worry and cause ulcers, preoccupied with business pressure and cause heart disease. Your mind can also be absorbed in the peace of nature and rejuvenate your digestive system, be preoccupied with tranquil pleasure, and heal your heart. The choice is yours. Would you be willing to choose 5 minutes of fence mending and the restoration of friendly relations with your body cells right now? All you need to do is send your psychotronic energy to the cells bearing the message of your appreciation and high regard. The result will be an enhancement of that psychotronic energy as the energy of the cells become aligned with yours. You begin to resonate more harmoniously with your body cells. The result is better health and a stronger projection of psychotronic energy to work your will. Action plan to have every cell in your body work for you. Find a position that is comfortable. In this action plan, you can lie down if you prefer. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. As you exhale, feel like it's the end of a hard day and it feels so good to relax. Again, you can obviously substitute whatever you want. It doesn't have to be a hard day. Be aware of your scalp. Feel the tingling of blood circulating. Picture your hair. See one hair enter your scalp. Follow it down beneath the scalp. See it enlarge as a tree trunk in a forest of hair follicles. Anything you want to improve, change in your body, visualize it happening. Thank your hair for being your crowning glory. Express gratitude now to your brain cells for being the computer of your body and the communication center. Move your consciousness down. Thank your eyes, ears, taste buds, teeth for the excellent job they're doing. Enter your throat and stomach. Praise the stomach cells for being such an efficient chemistry laboratory for the digestion of the variety of foods. And I like to say that, everything that I eat will digest perfectly and will give me nutrients and be of my highest and best good. Continue to express love, affection, and gratitude to your spleen, pancreas, liver, gallbladder, small intestines, and on to your colon and every organ you can think of. Say a kind word to your elimination system for a thankless job, but an essential job. Get inside your bloodstream. Tell the white blood corpuscles to pass your love and thanks along to all the others. Same with the red blood cells. Stop off in your heart. Pay loving respect to this powerhouse. Then to your lungs with similar appreciation and love. Finally, back to your skull. Tell a bone cell to convey your gratitude to all bone cells. Tell a scalp cell to pass it on to all your scalp cells and all your skin cells. Leave the same way you entered. Open your eyes, feeling wide awake and better than you've ever felt before. This is rather long action plan in words, but if you read it through once or twice, you can get the idea of the psychological itinerary. You do not have to sit with the book in your lap and open your eyes to see what to do next. Any way you travel through your body system, your bloodstream, your energy field, any way you express your respect, love, and appreciation is the right way. It's just about bringing your focus and your consciousness. Your cells respond just as if the president of General Motors visited the production line to thank the workers. When the morale of your cells rise, you know it.